Hi Hal, welcome back to more Space Engineers. Hal here, and today I'm not really sure what we're gonna do. Oh, it's about midnight my time, so yeah. So I ended up having to take a bit of a break for a couple of reasons. Like for the folks who were here or who visited the channel earlier this week, you probably heard I had a system crash while I was recording Wednesday's video. If you haven't seen it, feel free to go back and take a look. So yeah, I ended up taking a couple of days off because of that, and then after recording that, I was so fed up with I was so frustrated with everything that was going on. So I took some time off, went out and did some mining. We got a bunch of cobalt, a bunch of iron. I came back with I think like 500,000 stone or something like that, and we've just basically been burning through everything trying to get it all done. Let's show you what we've been doing in the game though. Not a whole lot has changed since Wednesday, at least on this side of the ship. You can see we've started filling in a lot more stuff. One of the things that we did is I do think we're going to go ahead and go forward with the reactor idea. We will have the additional reactor rooms on both port and starboard. So we've gone ahead and put the citadels in for that. At least the beginnings of the citadel for it. And then we're going to end up with, let's see here, we're probably going to bring this line down. So you end up with something vaguely like this. I still don't know what we're gonna do on the front here. This is probably, most of this is probably gonna come out. I haven't decided quite yet what we're gonna do with it. But I have been putting some thought into the nacelle shape itself. But I haven't really, I'm still trying to decide on if I want to have it sweep down and basically follow the outline that we have on the ship from before. So you would basically take where it is, about where it is here, and have it start, and have it basically start coming down. So that it ends up doing something like that. Basically the reverse of what we had before. Yeah, and then that'll give us a line down to what we have here, and then that cuts into a Z, and basically would end up becoming kind of a Z shape. But I don't know how I feel about that. I am actually kind of interested in boosting the entire thing up, but at the same point I don't really want to do that because I think it would change the feel of the ship. So I'm just kind of hemming and hawing on this, obviously. But with that being said, I'll keep thinking about it. You know, we'll figure it out before the end of the week. Well, before the end of next week, I guess. Oh, but yeah, the ship shape is actually coming together, I think, kind of nicely. It's working out a little bit better than I thought it would. And I do think we're going to get one, what is that, 2? So if we go 2, so from here, and then that entire upper line will come out of there, obviously. And so that's 1, 2, and then there's 3. Yes, yes. There you go. So I do think we're going to go ahead and separate those out. Did I mess something up here? So that's 2, and it's 1, 2, 3. No, that's right. For some reason that looks off. I think it might just be because I've got so much more finished on this side. That might be it. So anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to give you an update on what was going on, where my mind is with everything right now. Like I said, I'm not really sure exactly how we're going to finish all of this off. We're kind of running into a situation where it's just such a huge amount of stuff that the scale has kind of gotten away from us a little bit. And so I just, want to give folks a chance to see just how much, things don't always work out the way we're planning, and we don't always stick to the general ideas. I mean, we usually do. But I wanted to give you, because I know that people have asked before, and one of the things that I try to do is show you the entire process, including the areas where, I run into self-doubt with what we're working on. Oh. So, but I do spend quite a bit of time on these larger builds like this. Basically second guessing, I guess would be a way to say it. And I know that, a lot of the builders, a lot of the folks in the community, or even just other content creators that I chat with, there's often times where there's a lot of doubt in what we're doing, where we second guess ourselves. And, it's not unusual for even the folks with, hundreds or even thousands of hours on the game to not be always certain that things are going to work out quite the way that they want them to. But that's the fun part about the game is, coming back to it, take a break, come back and say, hey, look, I figured out what I wanted to do here. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh. But it is definitely an interesting thing to have to deal with. Now, do I want to go out one, or do I want to go in one? I think I want to go out one. Which I'm not sure how this is going to look. Let's see. If we do this, how's that going to look? Now remember, we were talking about extending these out 2 more blocks. So we'll be able to come through and massage this area out a little bit. And I think I want it to go this way because then that gives us a double wall here, which gives us an actual citadel. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Citadel, it's an old Navy thing. It's a naval thing. Basically, you would armor up things like your black powder storage or your engines, weapon storage areas with extra armor, because they were areas, specifically things like your black powder storage. They were areas that if they took a significant amount of damage, your ship was pretty much done. Alright, I think that's going to actually work, especially if we're going with the, if we're going to extend that out. Let's see how this looks. And then part of this is also going to give us the ability to do negative space. It's something I've talked about a couple of times. What we're going to do is, once we have the whole thing welded up, I'm going to come back and actually cut out sections and we'll rebuild them up. Yeah, that's looking much better. And then what I may do is tie this in somehow, maybe have a swoop, like the Nike swish, maybe come down and tie into the armor set, which could be interesting. Gives us a little bit more armor in that area, but I think That's gonna work for us there. Okay, let's grab some interior plates. Now obviously I have Bob turned off. I really don't need him doing a whole lot for us right now. Actually, we can go through here. Alright, so let's get this stuff out of our face again. So what we're doing, actually, well, go with this, I think. Yeah, that should work. So what we're talking about here is basically what we had before, which is where we're going to have a door here, which I think, oh, I have it, no, I didn't, I took it off, okay. It's okay, we can fix that really quick. See, easy breezy, right? So if we drop that there, I want heavy armor blocks. And I think on the interior space, now make sure we can actually walk, okay, yeah. Just making sure we can actually walk through there without too much issue. Let's go, I think we might go something like this, just to keep it simple, and then we'll put a light right there. And then all of this obviously will get welded up. Yeah, I think I'm liking that. Okay. So we'll end up with, you know, power, we'll have a secondary generator set on this side, and then we'll have another one over on the starboard side as well, which we've gone ahead and already started putting some of the stuff in. Let me go ahead and grab you. And do I want to go? I kind of want to think what we're going to do. Let's do this. Oh. Do that. Into there, maybe? Let's see how that looks. Not really liking that. Maybe that? Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's see. Yeah, that works. I don't know, I'll probably end up reworking some of that. Just to blend it in a little bit better. But for now, let's run with that. So we can do that. To there. To there. And I'll come through and these blocks will get replaced out with heavy armor most likely. Okay, so that gets us in and out of there. We'll check the other side, make sure we can get in and out of here. We can, that's good. Alright, and then I need to go grab a little bit of power. But thankfully, we have a charging station down here. And the nice thing is that once everything is said and done, come on, there we go. Once everything is said and done, we'll be able to actually go ahead and close off all of the holes that we have once we get the armor shroud in, and then that will allow us to go ahead and bring the pressure up in this thing. So the idea is, for this coming week, is to get everything sealed again, get all of our sealing in place, so that we can pressurize this thing. So on, let's say Monday, let's shoot for Monday having everything ready to be pressurized, and then we can actually start playing with the armor system. Because what we're going to end up doing is on the rest of the ship, let me check. Okay, we're fine for fields or for tanks right now. Let's head out here really quick. And so what I'm thinking for the rest of the ship, for areas like this, what we'll do is we'll fill in all of the pieces, you know, get all of this filled in, stylize the armor around everything. And then, so let's say we have something like this. Right. Obviously, this we're gonna come in and that upper piece will have slopes in it, and we'll make it look nice. But what I'm thinking is that we have basically an upper layer at this level, right? And this probably won't end up being actual heavy armor. I think this will probably be regular armor. But what I'm thinking is that we'll have stuff like this where we'll actually have a heavy armor layer that comes out. Actually, let's do that. And then just like with what we did with the rest of the shrouding elsewhere, we'll have it, basically wrap around what's the armor areas or the structure that we have. And so we have something, maybe something like this. And just basically repeat some of the lines that we had going on elsewhere on the ship. Let's go. Yeah, so maybe even something like this. And so you'll have areas where you'll have, say, maybe something similar to that here, and we'll duplicate it, so there'll be maybe 2 or 3 of those type of things on both sides. And then on the exterior portion, we'll have something similar, but probably in smaller groupings. And then just like we did with the lines back here on what's going to be the nacelle areas, we can actually have the slopes, the sideways slopes here, offset a little bit, so we'll have pieces of armor that actually fold over that as well. But we'll see how it all works out. I'm not quite sure exactly what we're going to do with all of it, but just to give you an idea, and that's what, 6 blocks. So if we do, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And can I go 2, 3, 4, 5? That might be too much. How about if we go 1 shorter? And then that means we'll have, so it's going to fold down and over. So you end up with something like this. So we'll go. And then we might even take this all the way over. We do something like that, maybe. So what we could do, I know it's like, I really didn't want to get into the greebling quite yet. But you guys know me. Right. So we end up with stuff like that, where we'll end up having, armor cuts into it. And then what we could do is we could even, because we're doing the staggering there, we could, let's see here. go something like that, maybe. And then here, we'd end up basically we're doing kind of the same thing here. All right, and then we say so we go like, yeah, probably something like this. Oop. So we'll take that out. And how about we bring this back one block. So we end up with this being, say, there, maybe. There you go. Get out of there. Alright, so you end up with something, looks something like that, maybe. And then, you know, we can actually carry these all the way down, and then have it wrap under as well. And so that's probably something that we're going to do. And because of the fact that we've got all these larger chunks there, we can then start doing cut-ins and cut-unders, so that we maybe put some lights behind things, you know, just start building it out a little bit. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to have a little bit of extra space on both sides, so that we can start doing stuff like that. And then basically it gives us another layer where we can start doing things with like different colors and different texture sets. And just see if we can get it to just basically pull it all together. What I may actually do is, I think what might be kind of cool is if we went with this, maybe. You get other. I think I kind of like that, actually. Oh no, do I want to go the 45 slope? Looks, I think, end up looking better. So I could do the 2x1 on this side, and then for anything that's sloping over on here, we could bring out like that, maybe. And then that comes down, and basically the lines push out a little bit further. I mean, it's also possible that we don't even bring it all the way over. We could have it cap here. Let's see, so we could do, instead of having that come out like that, we could keep doing that. Have it do that. Let's see how that looks. All right, let's do a quick weld on this. Yeah, that could work. And like I said, this will actually end up coming out a bit, I think. So we'd end up with that, which would then basically all of this extends out one. so that comes back into what will eventually be the exterior. Yeah, I think I'm liking the way that that's shaping up. So if we go, let's do this really quick. All right, and then this would be so instead of that, let's talk here. I think I like the 45s better. All right, so let me know what you think. Throw your feedback down in the comment section. Okay, and I think that's kind of what we're looking for here. We can then go like this will carry over. I don't know how we're gonna, let's see here, if we do something like this.
Energy critical.
And so basically we'll have this all sculpted again. We're talking having, because you don't have to worry about the clearances on it, it's just to make it look nice. So we'll have all of that be just, I don't know, probably, I mean, we could even get away with, we want it to go really extreme with it. Something like this. And so you'd have something like that. Maybe even open it up a notch so you could see more of the 1%. Quick. And there it is. Yes, I know. Alright, so I think that should give you a kind of an idea, or a better idea of what I was thinking for the armor system. I know I've been talking about it on and off for like 2 or 3 weeks at this point. And a couple of people have been asking what I was referring to when I was talking about how we were going to start doing layers and the negative space and positive space stuff. So that should hopefully give you a better idea on it. If not, let me know. Let's just do a quick, bake in on it. And I mean, it's not like we can't take all this stuff out eventually. So, oh, I'm out of plates, that's why. Okay. But this way you can see it a little bit better. Because I know I'm really bad about sometimes talking about detailing but not showing it, and then when you finally see it, you basically see the end result. You didn't see the process, so I'm trying to get better about that. Let's get this all. And so we have the option that we could actually carry these lines all the way down, which we probably will do. Let's see if we go something like that to there. What's funny is that I'm basically going to have to cut all of this, well, not all of it, but I'll have to cut portions of this out to get behind it in order to actually get our light armor in there to close it in. But like I said, it's just to give you an idea, you know, kind of give you a glimpse of what I'm thinking here. And then for you guys, I will probably just go... I just want to go simple with it. I may just go simple with it. Which would be... something like this, maybe. Let me say... and then maybe here we do something that, say, maybe that. And then there you go. So you see, just playing with the shapes a little bit. I think that that actually will look pretty good when it's done. Let's get that out of our way. But hopefully that's giving you an idea of what we're talking about. What I may end up doing is taking the same shapes that we have here and doing them in reverse on the bottom. So we end up with a bit of a split here in the middle, which actually might not be horrible, honestly. How many blocks tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We go 1, 2, 3. So if we actually did something like that, right? No, actually, you'd be coming out anyway. Okay. Now I'm going to leave that there. And now what I'm thinking is 1, 2. So it'd be 1, 2. So you would match up here, and then cut back 1. And then you would be there to there, and on this side, there to there, and then we go something like this, maybe. All right, let's see what that looks like. And then obviously the regular armor is going to be back behind all of this. So you'll end up with that double line. Or you know what? No, we could actually go skeletal with it. Let's go skeletal with it. So we'll leave it like it is. Maybe do another line of armor here. This is just light armor. So what you end up with is that. So you get basically like this little bit of like peekaboo armor kind of thing here. So you do that, and then what I want to... yeah, I think I do. Let's go... let's do that. And then what we'll do is we have basically this come out, comes down there. And you go there to there. Oh, wait. Got that backwards. Uh-huh. So you would go like so. Fill this up. So you end up with something kind of like that, maybe. And that just kind of folds around here. So, what do you think? Let's give that a try here. Oh, I like that. I like the way that that came out.
Energy low.
Now, what I may do is I may flip the direction of these. But I'm kind of liking the way that that's coming out. And because we've got it with two spaces here. Now, if we did a single, like if we had done an odd number of levels on this, or an odd number of layers, we could use the double lights and put them in sequence, so you could have you know, like motions, like light motion in here, where you would have, and we'll still do it, but what we'll do is we'll have the corner lights in the top and the bottom here, and we'll have it animated so that, you know, there's basically a cascading light effect, probably coming out. Yeah, probably have it set so that it's cascading, pushing outward. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. I kind of like the way that this is. I kind of like the look of that. I think if I flipped it the other way, it might look better. But this might actually work as some form of visual camouflage as well. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for us today. I've got some more things to think about now, some more planning to do, and like I said, we'll figure out where we're going with everything over the course of the next week or so. The big plan for this weekend is basically getting the new reactor room welded up on both sides and closed in, because once those are closed in, the only other thing that we need to close is this back portion, which I'm still not sure what I'm doing with this. I do think that this is going to end up being kind of the communal space area, which means this entire wall is probably going to come out, and then have it come back in here, and I can get rid of, I think we can go ahead and get rid of this stuff. You're actually tied in. Yes, okay. I kept the vertical. So you should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, okay, looks right. But that should give you an idea of basically where the nacelles are going to end up.
No
Crud. Yeah, at least I'm here, right? power back, get our health back up, jump in the chair. And yeah, I'm liking that. Wow, liking that much better. Alright, I do think that that armor is going to look good when it's done. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and leave this one here. I'm going to thank y'all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. Those likes, subscribes, all that wonderful goodness. Help the channel out. You know, it's all good. So anyway, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. I do have fun hanging out with y'all, talking about it. I know that I kind of have the last few days been voicing, you know, a little bit of discontent with the build, but it's more that it's a frustration in the, I want the build done. Not so much that I'm frustrated with the build and what's going on. It's just the timing it's taking me to get it done is kind of irritating. But the scope and scale of this thing has just grown to such a point that, you know, this is what we have to deal with. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. And have a fabulous weekend. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. All right. I do think I like that armor design, which also opens up a lot of potential for just different ways of coming back and looking at it all. Yeah, should be good. And I think I am going to flip these. And then on the nacelle, we'll basically take that same design back here and scale it up a little bit. I think it gives us options.